Oh, who's the hungover moron on the couch with the fat face? This new bit I do where I come in super hungover and stand 3 feet from a drum kit. All right, well, let's get the obvious out of the way. That was fucking awesome. You guys ruled. So let's talk a little bit about how you guys came to be and like formed, came together.
Yeah, we got our start 6 years ago now, January 2019. I got really into guitar after being at a production of Green Day's American Idiot, the musical. Shout out to that. And then Flynn and I knew each other from drama club. We were theater kids. And I asked him if he wanted to drum. And we'd play 21 Guns over and over again in his bedroom. And we'd take one AirPod, we'd take two AirPods, put them in each other's ears so we could match up. And then I don't know how I met Tommy. He was just always there. We just always knew each other. And he played guitar, but we needed bass. So he bought a bass like day of. And then, yeah, 6 years later. Anyone else got any input?
Yeah. Our best shows have always been in my backyard, surrounded by all of our friends and family. Like, that's when we knew we wanted to keep it going. I started when I was a freshman in high school. And so by the end of high school, we were like, well, we're all going to college. Do we keep this thing going? And we had some kick-ass backyard party and lighting drumsticks on fire, smashing guitars. And we were like, we got to do it. So by the time I was a freshman in college, the boys were back. They're a year older than me, but the boys are back in town. And we've been grinding ever since. And, you know, besides playing in my backyard, playing shows in Amherst is where it's at.
So when we first started, it was kind of like family and friends coming out to see Rezzies and everything. And we were, just playing on our front porch to start. And then we had one show where we just had so many people come, way more than we expected. And the crowd got really into it, and that's when we knew we had something there. And we decided, like, we gotta keep this going through college and everything.
That's awesome. So one of the coolest things I heard about at UMass was the Löded Diper tour. You guys want to talk a little bit about how that came to be? Because I think a lot of people don't know. And then what that experience was like, because that's a crazy opportunity.
Yeah, well, it was a great experience. It started in, 2022, was that? Yeah, Tommy sent a TikTok or whatever it was to our group chat saying that Jeff Kenny, the author, was looking for a band. And I was like, oh, man, that would be awesome, but we're probably not going to win that. So I put together... I put together the video, and by the time we were at UMass, it was like late September. We had like 3 or 4 Zoom interviews with his employees, his assistants, Colleen and Shaylin, shout out from Wimpy Kid. And then the fourth interview was like, all right, we're going to meet him. And we put a little note on the door for our Zoom. It was like, stay out on the phone with boss or something, boss man, I don't know. But yeah, we won. He told us we won, and we went from Cleveland, Ohio down to Texas for 2 weeks, and we saw a lot of things. We ate a lot of food, and we had a ton of fun. Yeah. We made a lot of memories. It was a lot of fun.
One thing about him is that he's never not making a joke. So our first time actually talking to him in the Zoom meeting with him, and he goes, so it came down to these 2 final bands, and unfortunately, you guys didn't make the cut. And we were sat there for a second, like, in shock. And he goes, I'm just kidding, I got you guys. That was our introduction to him. So just like his books, he's always making jokes. He's always has some humor with them.
Yeah. It was 2 weeks, 14 shows in total in 13 different cities. I believe, yeah. It was so sick. We acted, we played on stage as Löded Diper. We acted the part of all, some characters we made up for the show. There was acting, playing involved. We played to the biggest show was in Cleveland. There was
It was in Louisville.
It was in Louisville.
It was 1,200 people.
Yeah, 1,200 people, and it was just awesome. And I remember from Louisville, I have family out in Kentucky, my little cousins, and I invited them to the show, and it's like Wimpy Kid, they already know it, and they're sitting in the audience with me before the show, and then I got to go up and get on stage and come back, and it's like my little cousins just watched me play. It was just a dream come true. It's Dive Wimpy Kid. That's our generation knows that, and it's just a dream come true. So very blessed to have that done, and thank you to Jeff and the whole Wimpy Kid crew for doing that. And that's been our highlight as a band. Yeah. And we next time we go on tour, it'll be our own tour. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like an incredible experience. So I want to delve into like the writing process a little bit and how you guys go about doing that, because you have quite a bit of original music out. So I'd love to hear how that comes out.
Yeah, well, I got really into songwriting probably junior or senior year of high school. Before COVID, I went and got the whole basic home studio setup, like the shitty audio interface and the one mic. But I got really into it, and I always had trouble. I had trouble getting into it because it's definitely hard to sit down and write a song for a lot of people. Definitely me. But over time, I mean, the first song we wrote together was Reservations at 8, and that was just kind of like the simple 3-chord progression the whole way through. So definitely just trying new things, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And I write a ton of songs. Most of them don't go anywhere, but the ones that do stick, I mean, are made complete by kind of everyone. No one song is wrote by just one person. It all comes together with all of us.
6 years, 7 released songs. So if you're a band out there, the patience is the game. And it's, yeah.
When we first actually released our first song on Spotify, we actually recorded it in Flynn's basement, and Peter had this whole DIY setup and everything, and we've never done anything like before, and we were kind of just relying on Peter, hoping we knows what we're gonna get done. And, you know, it was okay. We definitely put our best effort out there. It was a good thing. But if you're starting a band, it doesn't start off, like, right away. You got to keep going at it. We've been doing it 6 years, 7 songs, so just keep it going.
The original demo's on a CD out there somewhere. You got to go find it.
Some of those CDs did not work. We might have scammed a few people.
Yeah, we dropped that out for $5, and everyone was like, "Why doesn't this work?" And I'm like, "I don't think you want to hear the song anyway." It was terrible, and that had me on the brink of like quitting the band. I was in the group chat like, "Are you kidding me? You guys aren't doing anything." And I had no expertise in that. I was winging it. Then we brought it to our the guy we record with now, Shane, in East Hampton. He was like, "Well, you know, it was a start," and that's definitely what it was. It was a start.
All right, last question. You guys are on a road trip. You stop for gas. You look up. It's Cumberland Farms. What are we walking out with?
Oh, man. Oh, dude, every time I gotta walk out. Back in the day, it was definitely like a Friel milkshake shout out.
Absolutely.
or like a Cool Ranch Doritos, but now, like, unpopular opinion, I'm going for the roller dogs. Hey,
Hot
say
take.
what you want, but those buffalo chicken rollers, maybe a Sprite. I don't know. Cheez-Its.
I'm walking out there with a Twix bar, first of all. Maybe a White Monster, sugar-free if I need that caffeine. And then after that, probably just a bag of sour cream and onion chips. The classic.
All right. Apple fritter, bag of munchies, green Slurpee, take a bag of peach rings and a bag of sour gummy worms, pour it into the Slurpee, and walk out with that. And maybe
Some
if they
Pepto-Bismol.
have... and maybe some Advil with that.
Yeah, this kid and I back in the day used to walk across the street to the Cumbies. Yeah, we'd walk across the street and we'd bring home a whole $6 pizza from Cumbies.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was cheap and it tasted good enough. It was better than Little Caesars, I'll tell you that.
Before we end it,
Yeah.
I have something I just wanted to say as a last message. The audience is listening with their eyes, and that's what we aim to, you know, that's my motto at least, and that's what I aim to do. I aim to entertain the eyes, not just the ears, and I think that's what we all do, and I think that's what's gotten us so far in our 6 years.
And I just wanted to say thank you you guys for having us. Appreciate all the work. This wasn't easy, and I appreciate you guys. Someone woke up when we walked in, so sorry for that. And appreciate you guys having us, and it's always a fun time.
Yeah. I don't have any final words. I didn't have
All
any.
right. Well, thanks, guys.
Go stream Rezzies and follow us on Instagram, and go check out a local Mojo show. They do a lot.
Awesome. Thank you very much.